Hey y'all, it's Delaney. So I'm gonna tell y'all about my experience at the McCartney Backstreet Boys concert. And I'm gonna tell you everything that happened and ups and downs and crappy parts about it and stuff. So here we go. So it was August 22nd, 2013, which was Thursday, which was yesterday because it's Friday now. I woke up at 6 o'clock, got ready, and then we left probably around like 9ish, and we drove, and we got there at like 2:30, and we had to get get my pass for the Ultimate VIP at 3 o'clock. So that it was really hot and sticky, and I was pouring down sweat, but that was okay. It was all worth it because I got to meet Jesse, and I got to hear him perform 2 acoustic songs, and I got to ask him a question, and that was all good. And then after that, I met him, and then we had to wait for like, I'd say maybe 2 or 3 hours till the concert was, and so we waited, and it was hot, but I'm not complaining because I'd rather be there than sitting at home doing nothing. So we got in there, and first of all, our seats were crap. It was like an old like amphitheater where the handicap seats were in the very back, and what they did was they took out some of the green seats or benches or whatever they're called, and just poured concrete. And we luckily we were underneath an awning, so it rained a little bit throughout the concert, so we didn't get wet. So just kidding. So we were in the very very back, and excuse me, and there was a lot of people who were standing up and walking around and just being all up in my way, because some people were there to see the opening acts, not just Backstreet Boys, but they were good too, but I was mainly there for Jesse. So anyways, so my dad and my sister and I were there, and my sister is in a wheelchair, and she has cerebral palsy that causes her to be in a wheelchair, and I have a visual impairment, so it was hard enough for me to see. And these people, they were so rude. They were standing up, they were jumping around, they were acting all drunk and stupid and idiotic, and I was about ready to slap them. But I'm not that person, I'm nice, see? But anyways, back to my story. So these people were acting all crazy. They were drunk. They brought in these coolers with like beer, like basically keg in a cooler, keg cooler thing, and they brought in plates and plates and plates of food. So they sat those down in their seats and were standing up drinking, having like a social hour, while Jesse and Polly D and Bailey, I think that's his name, were on. And we were getting so fed up. These people were in my way. I was literally, trying to film, because you'll see my videos that hopefully that I put on YouTube. One's actually uploading right now. But people were all in my way. They were walking back and forth. They were just idling around while I was trying to see Jesse, who I was mainly there for. My dad and sister and I, we drove 4 hours to go to this concert, and people were messing it up, and like it was just all chaos, and like they didn't care, and it was raining, and people had their umbrellas out, and my sister, she's in a wheelchair, so she couldn't see over the umbrellas, neither could I, so that was annoying. But the guy that was next to us said that if anyone had their umbrellas up and someone asked for them to put their umbrellas down, they had to. He looked it up on the website, so that was good. But anyways, the people that had their umbrellas out, when he told that to them, they just turned around and looked at us like, why are y'all here? Like, they didn't say anything, but they looked at us all snobbish. And, ooh, that got me. Oh my gosh. So, and then these freaking, I guess, mid-20s people were sitting in front of us, and they were up the entire time that Jesse was up, and probably Dee, and all them, were singing and doing their thing. And they were being so annoying, and they just, they were not very nice. And the guy that was beside us told him to sit down, and so one girl looked at her friend and were whispering and laughing, and they didn't really care, and that just pissed me off. Sorry about my language, but I'm still fuming from it all. And so it was just really bad. And so the Backstreet Boys came out after Jesse was done. He was amazing as usual. I'm a huge fan. So they came out, Backstreet Boys came out, and of course everyone in the whole entire amphitheater stood up. We're all in our way. We could not see a single dang thing, and it was just all hell broke loose. And we were getting so freaking upset. We drove freaking 4 hours to see this concert. We paid like $500 for crap seats. And I'm telling you, I think that the handicap seating should have been in the very front, because people in wheelchairs cannot see over stupid people that were acting drunk and just acting stupid. And so it was like midway through the concert. We were trying to see the concert as best as we could. So the guy that was next to us told us to go down to the stairway. And so they took my sister and his wife, who was also in a wheelchair, took them to the stairway, and then me and my dad went down to the steps to see the concert closer, because I was literally having to use my binoculars and film, so that's why some of my videos are kind of wandering around, because I wasn't really paying attention to the video. I was paying attention to Jesse and with my binoculars, because, you know, I have a visual impairment. Anyways, so we were down there on the stairs, and the staff there were being very rude, and, well, some of them were, some of them weren't, but the ones that were, they were just, we got so sick of them. But some of them were nice, told us nicely. So we were on the stairs, and we were watching the Backstreet Boys, and one of the, I guess, police officers or security guys told us to come up the stairs, the guy beside us told us that we had to come up there because they were going to make us come up there anyways. And we went up there, and my sister was hysterically crying. She was very upset. And the whole time we were down there, it was probably about 15 minutes. And apparently while we were down there, the guy and the security officer, or like police officer, got into it, and they were all hell broke loose between them two. And my sister was frantically crying, like frantically upset, and she was like yelling and at the girl, and we were going to get, if we didn't do what we were told, we were going to get kicked out of the thing, all because we were trying to find seats, better places to see the concert, because we paid a lot of money for these tickets, even though they weren't really good, but still we got to go. And the guy that was beside us, they were like, these people drove 4 hours to come see this concert. They paid a lot of money, because I'm from close to Nashville, Tennessee. So we drove like 4 hours to get to the concert, and it was just a really bad experience. And then we were fed up. We left about 5 songs before the concert ended. And we were just all like freaking mad. And so we will never, ever, ever go back to Chastain Park Amphitheater in Atlanta, Georgia. So that was just a really bad experience. But the highlight of it was I got to meet Jesse for the third time, and I got to ask him a question, and he answered, and I made him laugh, and I got 3 hugs from him. And on his Twitter a while back, he tweeted that he liked kettle corn, because he's like, I like kettle corn far more than the regular popcorn. So I was kind of nerdy, and I got him kettle corn, like the ones that you get in the boxes that you have to microwave in microwaves, of course. And I got him that, and I put like my Twitter name and my Instagram name, which are the same name, which is @DelaneyGrace93. And I put on the little what's it called? Not the postage stamp. Index card. I taped it on there, and I put #DelaneyLovesJesse. I put my full name, and I said something like, I know you like kettle corn, so here you go, and I put a heart on it. And he said first off, when I walked up there, he said, hi, I'm Jesse, and I said, hi, I'm Delaney, and he's like, Elaine? I'm like, no, Delaney, and he's like, Delaney? And I was like, yeah, and he's like, nice to meet you. And so I gave him his popcorn. He's like, oh, is this popcorn? I said, yeah. He's like, I love popcorn. And they read it, I think. And he was like, oh my gosh, is this kettle corn? I love kettle corn. And he gave me a hug, and then, which was so good, by the way, he smelled so good. Not to be weird or anything, but it's true. So I wonder what cologne he wears, but that's not the point. He smelled good. And then I gave him a necklace, because I noticed he wears necklaces sometimes. And it was like a gray, kind of steel-plated, kind of vintagey cross thing with a little ring around like the top of it and like one of the sides of the crosses, and on it was like little leaves or something like that on the little ring part. So I didn't say this, but I was thinking, if you get bored, or if you are in an interview and you just fail a step, you could like play with the little ring part of it. And it was on like this chain that had little ball type things on them, and not just like a regular chain. It was one of those that you kind of took apart with the little, it's not a clasp, but it's something different. I don't know what it was. But then he's like, oh, you're so sweet. And I'm like, eee. I didn't do that, but I was so happy. I was still shaking, even though it was my 3rd time meeting him. He was so nice as ever, and it was just so good. And I got a photo with him. Let me show it to you real quick. It's on my phone. Let's see. Trying to pull it up for you. Should have had it pulled up before, but I'm not that, you know. Okay. Oops. Oh. If you can see that. I got a picture with him. Yep, it's pretty cool. He's tall. I'm 5 foot. And I guess he was kind of leaning. Yeah. Yep, there it is. It was very cool. So, that was a highlight of it all. Oh, and on the way, okay, so that ended, and we left pissed off. Sorry about my language again. So, we left about 5 songs, maybe 3 songs into it, but by the time we got out of the parking lot. We left, and so, as if the night was not horrible enough, my dad got pulled over by the police, and he did the signature like, what the F, like what he does, like when he gets pulled over, he gets all mad, but he was polite, thankfully, because like, he probably would have got arrested. And another thing, Gab was afraid that we were all going to get arrested for being like, you know, not in our right seats and moving all over the place trying to get seats, better looks of it all. But anyways, so back to the police story. We got pulled over because my dad was speeding, and we were in this like big huge black truck thing. I don't know what it's called. Probably a Dodge or a Ford or something like that. I'm not good with cars or trucks or anything like that because I can't drive because of my visual impairment. But another story. So the guy was not. The police officer was nice. He said, "Are y'all going on vacation?" And then my dad was like, "No, actually, we were. I took my daughters to a concert." And he's like, "Oh, is it the one near?" It started with a name, but I forget the name of the city. We were like, and he was like, "Yeah, kinda." He was like, "Oh, okay." So he said he's gonna be right back because he was gonna look at the license and see whatever police officers have to see. And he's like, "Have you gotten any pulled over or any tickets within the recently?" And he said, "No, not that I know of." He's like, "Oh, okay." So he went back to his police car, and did all the stuff. And then he's like, I'm not gonna write you a ticket. I'm just gonna give you like a complimentary warning or something like that. It's like not an actual ticket, just to show that he pulled you over." And my dad was like, "Oh, thank you." And he was like, we've had a horrible night. You would have just made it even more horrible. So thank you." And then we were like happy that he didn't pull us over. So all the way back home, he was cautious because he didn't want to get pulled over. And literally everywhere we went, there was possibly like, I don't know, 10 police cars everywhere, like everywhere we turned basically, and people were getting pulled over left and right. And he does not like on the speed limit, but he did just for the sake of not being pulled over again. And it was funny. But all in all, it was kind of a great experience. But I wouldn't recommend going back to Chastain Park amphitheater there. And there were crap seats, and the people that worked there were some of them were okay, but some of them were like took their jobs really seriously, which did not make any sense at all, because I don't know why. But yeah, they were rude, and they did not want to let us do anything besides go back to your seats, or we're gonna kick you out, basically. And it was just not a very good experience for the people that had the handicap accessible seats. That was not very cool, because they just poured concrete down, like I said, and all the people in wheelchairs and walkers and canes could not get past. It was like literally like probably that thin of a freaking walk-in area from the next thing. It was not a very good setup at all. And I wish I could relive this experience over again and have a better time without all the interruptions and all the stupid crazy people, all the drunk idiotic people. That was not fun at all. I just wish I had a better experience. And like I said, we paid a lot of money. Oh, and another thing about the meet and greet. Sorry, this is getting way out of hand, but I'm just thinking about it. So during the meet and greet and all that stuff, they were rushing us, and I was trying to get the words to talk to Jesse, and I could not get my words out because they were rushing us. And another thing, he said the guy that took the pictures was like, you can't have your video cameras out or other cameras. You can't take any pictures with him, like selfies, like hey, any selfies like that. But I looked up on Instagram and people were doing it anyways. And I'm like, why can't I just do that? It was just bad. And I had another question. I had some more questions to ask him, and I was getting rushed out, and it was not very cool. Like, I was the last person of the VIP, or Ultimate VIP, but I didn't look behind me, and I saw that the VIP people were coming in, so I was halfway wanting to like go in the very back of the VIP so I could have a lot more time with them, because I just wanted to. So that was cool, but I paid $150 just for a few seconds with them, but that's better than nothing. And it was all rushed, but at least he gave me hugs, and he was very nice, and he was very polite, and he was very lovable. He was very charming and sweet and nice, and he was like very down to earth, and he's just great. So all in all, it was great like that, but I still wish I had a little bit more time with him. And so, yeah, I hope to see him again. He said he's going to probably go on tour again next year for his album. Oh, by the way, he said that he is releasing an EP online, and I asked him a question about that, but you can watch my full intimate thing on my YouTube page. It's on my page, you can watch it. So he said he's going to be releasing an EP on iTunes in the next couple of weeks, and then he's going to be finishing up the album and have it out by probably like, I don't know, early or late this year, early next year, probably around January-ish. So that'll be cool. I can't wait for that. I'm so excited. I've been waiting forever to hear new music and all that stuff, but he's been busy with acting and voiceover and all that stuff. Go get his single on iTunes. It's called Back Together. It's really great. I don't have any money to get on iTunes, so it's kind of bad, but you know, I'm poor. But go get his single on iTunes. Go make it go up the charts to #1. Hopefully that will happen, because people have been giving it really good feedback and really good praise and all that stuff. It's really, really a really good song. He said that this EP, it was full live instrumental, full horns, full live piano and drum, horns and all that kind of stuff. He said he's bringing back the 70s, 80s vibe of music, and that's coming back into style now, with all these other artists. But it's really good. It's really catchy. It's really great. I think he found his voice in music. And I don't know if this is true, but I think he has his own record label now. That's just a rumor I heard. But I hope he is successful with that record label, if that is true. Because I heard that he dropped his Hollywood Records label, and he started his own label. I don't know what it's called. I think it's called 808 is what I heard it was called, but don't quote me on that. So I wish him the best of luck with everything else he's done, and I hope to see him next year, and possibly sooner, I hope. So I think that's going to be it for this video. It's very long, sorry. So I love you, Jesse, and I'm so proud of all you've done, and I'm so proud of how you did on stage. You were amazing. You were incredible. Even though I couldn't see you because people were up and they're out of the seats, just lollygagging around. But I'm glad you looked good out there. I'm glad you had fun singing and dancing your little heart out. I'm very glad I got to see you, even though it was bad. But I'm glad that you had fun and that you're up on stage again performing. And I'm glad you're putting new music out. And I love you with all my heart. And I wish the best of luck with everything else that you're doing or that you're going to do. And can you please follow me on Instagram at DelaneyGrace93 and Twitter at DelaneyGrace93. Same thing. I sound like I'm one of those weird fans, but I'm not, I promise. Promise! So, I love you, and good luck with everything else, and good luck with the rest of the tour, and good luck with everything that you're doing. I know I'm rambling on, but, that's just me, I'm afraid. I'm kind of tired, but, so, hopefully you will see this, and I hope that Sherry, your manager, Sherry Condor, hi, sees this. Hopefully, maybe not. Hopefully anybody else who came to the show, the concert, and everything like that. If you came to this concert, put a video response down below if you want to, or leave me comments of how you think the concert in itself and how your experience was, and I'd like to know what happened with you that day and what happened, just how your day was and how your experience was. So leave me a comment in the leave me a comment in the comments, obviously, or leave me a video response. I'd love to hear it. So thanks for watching, guys. I will hopefully be adding more videos. Just go to my channel and look at my other videos from the concert, if you'd like, and give me a bunch of feedback on that. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye! Thanks for watching!